Yeah, Easy Money wants to know, April, what's the soybean market like today?
Dry.
I had...
we haven't had rain in like 3 weeks or more.
Goddamn. So I had a job at KLFD Radio in Litchfield.
What the fuck?
And this is a surprise to a lot of people. And I had to do this thing at 3:55 every day during my commercial breaks. I had to jack off in the studio. No, it was a weird work requirement. So I had to do this thing where I had to call all the local grain elevators and get their prices for corn and soybeans.
You had to call Cargill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I used to drop corn off at Cargill.
Yeah, I had to call like 4 different places, and I had to get their corn and soybean numbers. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something that I've never admitted to anyone before. I was so busy with my show and gave such a little fuck about the markets that a lot of the times I would take the day before and I would just change the numbers a little bit. And we had to read these on the air. So I would read the numbers that I totally just fucking made up. And I realized now as I got older, like farmers relied on those numbers. And I probably gave a lot of people bad information, and they then went to their grain elevators to sell shit. Mm-hmm. And they went, no, the radio said the price was this. And they probably loaded up their truck and got this big, amount of soybeans and corn ready. And
Are you all listening to this?
Got all kinds of great numbers. And then they got there, and probably a big argument. I may have been responsible for a fist fight or two at some grain elevators because I reported the wrong numbers intentionally.
You cheat again. You're a bad person.
Terrio Delfino says, Aaron confesses to fraud.
Dude, that is financial fraud
I
to a
didn't
degree.
give a fuck.
You were their financial advisor that day.
Dude, I so didn't care about any of those farmers or any of their prices or
Stop
any of their
eating food.
Oh my God. Can I give you another thing that all radio people did, including me?
Ugh.
You had to take tower readings, meter readings.
Yes.
To see, if you were staying within your FCC guidelines of.
So it'll let you be.
Shit you were pumping out.
Yeah.
So all of us would take the day before's ratings, and we just change those a little bit and write them down and sign them, which was fraudulent to the FCC because you'd report those numbers to the federal government. Yeah. Everybody in radio does
That's
it.
good.
Everybody in radio does that one.
That would be like at my last job if we were testing a valve that we assembled and we wrote down the wrong numbers, and just set it past our quality standards, and then we shipped it off to Saudi Arabia to the oil fields.
That's probably what we do.
Completely fucked up.
Yeah.
And then we have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars bringing it back and fixing it.
Look, I didn't defraud farmers because when they got to the grain elevator, they found out what the real price was. If anything, I made these lazy bastards get up and go talk to people.
They're working enough. They got to get their numbers straight. The least you could do is give them the correct number so they don't waste their time.
So is what I did really bad?
You're a bad person.
Is that really bad? Is 375 for soybeans versus 370? Is that a big deal?
Well, depending on how much you're, getting or putting in. Think about that. The quantity that you bring in.
No.
That's a 5-cent difference.
There was one we got via internet. That's what I would do. Is I would go with how much difference there was in the other grain elevators between that one the day before, and I would keep it within that range. So I was probably never off by more than 2-3 cents a bushel. And I'm sure some days I was spot fucking on. And then some days I would call and I would get the actual numbers.
Yeah, I called once a week.
Ooh, that's a little generous.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah. So I fucked over a lot of
fucking
farmers.
Guy.
I'm sorry about that.
So you had enough time to jack off in your studio, but you couldn't get the corn numbers right?
No. I would only jack off after hours in my office.
Where you could have been calling Cargill and getting some numbers?
No. This was long after my show was over. Yeah. So let's not confuse two things, please. I don't want anyone besmirching my reputation.
I bet you knew the prices at King's Walk for the next day.
I sure did. I knew the Chinese buffet numbers. I'm using socialist media says hilarious. Wasabista. Aaron probably caused widespread starvation.
The ugly fuckling. What a shitty person. That's really shitty.
But wasn't I a shitty person before that?
Think about it. If you were 5 cents off, that's kind of a big deal if somebody's got a lot.
I'm not saying it was a good thing that I did. And by the way, this is just a bit for a broadcast, if anyone from the FCC's watching. I'm lying and doing a bit.
Yeah, sure. He never did that.
Last statute says fraud over airways has no statute of limitations. It's not fraud. I just got the numbers wrong.
You literally called it fraud 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, but that was for the show. Chevrolet JB says, that is the same thing as you saying you have 100,000 listeners right now. Can I pretend I do? That'd be fun. Mr.
Fake
Approachable.
until you make it.
Mr. Approachable says, motherfucker, that was you? I thought the price went up every day for 5 days, so I sold. But during those 5 days, the price that actually tanked and I lost my ass. Well, you shouldn't pay attention to me. Hulkamasha Baby says, good for you, Aaron. Fuck those tax evading farmers. It's fucking, they take enough of my tax money. I can fuck them on the price of wheat. Not wheat. What was I lying about? Corn or soybeans?
Corn.
Dario says the transcript of this will be hilarious when it's read aloud in court. But I'm totally making it up.
The what now?
It's funny. Ryan the Garbage Man says you could be responsible for the failures of family farms.
Right. What if, like, my neighbor's farm had shut down because of you?
What you're telling us is you're responsible for the grain shortage. Deutsch Chad says, I'm contacting the SEC right now. If those farmers didn't call for the price themselves, they deserved it, says Andrew Schultz. Goddamn right.
But if it was his job, why do they have to do it? That's like saying, like, I've got to take care of the fucking internet to this entire area over at Spectrum. But I didn't sign up for that job.
Here's what I'm saying. Number one, I never actually did this. This is just a bit for my show.
I'm sure.
And number two, I'm saying that I'm Littlefinger. I did warn you not to trust me. Exactly. Delco Lou says, next guests on MLC, a bunch of pissed off farmers in Minnesota. I've been gone from there for like 10 years.
Aaron caused food deserts.
Deserts, April.
I thought it was cuter to say
left
dessert.
to right, top to bottom. Take Tylenol for any headaches, Midol for any cramps.
Fuck your mom.
Kane B says, April,
Friday.
Aaron takes up 3 feet of space and should stop eating. She really is calling him a whale. Says
No,
Kane B. I know.
I
feel
literally
bad.
said it was all your arm.
I got fat arms. I got it. No. Balls Deep says, your next steak should cost double.
That's not untrue.
Oh.
Actually, you've paid your wages in steak in Vegas before. So
Wasabista says, what are farmers good for anyway? They should get real jobs like DEI director at an NGO. Exactly. April can bring back news of the weird. Fuck you, Lisa Marie. Son of a bitch. Farmers are lazy. Aaron, yes, that's very bad. It's like voting for Biden. Wasabista says, in my mind's eye, I can see a little black child crying because she had to go to school hungry.
Exactly.
Oh, no, I starved black people.
Right. There wasn't enough food for them.
Yeah, fuck you. Check this out. People aren't realizing the flip side to this. Fuck you is like you may have accidentally made someone money. Exactly.
Yeah, but that's the exception, not the rule.
I may have made someone lots of cash.
One time.
How do we know I didn't do that more?
How do you know you didn't make a bunch of farms fail?
I have no idea. That's why I don't talk to my audience. Need Trump says, if you want to go hungry, fuck a farmer like Aaron did.
Right.
I never honestly did that. It was a bit for my show. Don't worry. The farmers get their government welfare checks no matter what the numbers are, says Curly Adam. Exactly.
Why does everybody talk shitty to farmers like other people don't get that shit?
Because farmers act like they're better.
There are so many things I could say, but again, it's YouTube.
Rex Dart parody account says somewhere a guy just learned why the bank took his farm. No, it was all for the show.
Now we have a target on us.
Oh, man, I didn't realize
I'm going to have to sever this.
Dario Delfino says it was a bit for my show. Needs to replace. It's just a prank, bro. Yeah, talk to any radio people. I'm sure I'm not the only person who did that. But sure. B, the tower readings, the meter reading things, 100% something everyone in radio did.
Then why even have it?
Because you do have to turn that into the FCC and say, look, we're operating.
If the number isn't accurate, it doesn't matter.
It's like money. As long as we all agree on what it's worth, it's fine. The FCC doesn't give a fuck if we're operating legally. They just want the report so they can say they did their job. We're all the same pieces of shit. We just work for different masters. So the radio people lie about the number. And I'm sure we accidentally got it right once in a while. And we turn that into the FCC, and then there's an FCC guy with a... So we lie about the number because we're busy doing a show, and we got to get a number to our boss. And then our boss sends that number off to the FCC. There's an FCC guy checking it, and he doesn't care if the number's right or wrong. He just wants to make sure it fits so he can hand it off to his boss so he can go home.
You sound like an auctioneer, sir.
I'm just telling you the way the world works. That's all.
I learned that from Bo Burnham, actually.
Kraken Slappin' says black single mothers and farmers have a lot in common. They love corn.
Welfare.
Hulkamash Baby says, because I can't write off a brand new truck because it's a farm truck. Fuck most farmers. That's true. Farmers do get to do that.
Oh, don't forget Wasabista. So Aaron's story is number 1, I didn't really do it. And number 2, we're all doing it.
Right.
You fucking guy. Yeah, you would just in that chair.
I didn't realize how much of a hit my approval rating would take with these revelations. As it were.
You're like Will Ferrell in the campaign. It was after the phone call.
Yeah, exactly. Down. I'm like, come on. What are you talking about?
They were consenting adults.
Yeah. All right, boys and girls, $200 away from knocking out today's goal. You guys are way ahead. Let's see if we can take care of the rest of it in the next hour or two. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, memberships, all of it counts towards knocking it out and doing a half hour of overtime. And overtime today, it's a bit of a bummer. Wrestling Otaku has announced that he's taking a break from YouTube. And I just hope that I had nothing to do with it because it came out right after our show yesterday when we played the Otaku in the shower video.
Yeah.
And
we both had drip pans.
Yeah,
under us.
I don't want to be responsible for that. I'm sorry. Rise Darth Jello says, let's all remember this was KLFD. Grandma used to have to open the kitchen window to get a clear signal. Exactly. We didn't hurt anybody.
Do you remember those days? Oh, my grandma who lived really close to the railroad tracks, you know that one?
Yeah.
She had this big-ass fucking radio thing sitting in her kitchen, and she had to move windows. She had to move the antenna around for fucking days. Then she'd, knock on it a few times. It's like,
you really did live in white Somalia.
Hey, this is not good.
I've got levity coming. I'm going to skip the AI story.
Thank you.
I think. Shut up, Daily Mail. I'm going to stop using your stories if you don't stop with all the... Could you just give me a little break on the ads? Because, again, they're one of the people who make you turn off your ad blocker if you want to be on their site. And they have decent stories. But then they go, hey, if you, turn the ads back on, we'll let you be on our website. And you'll be like, okay, if we're making that deal with each other, could you at least be a little subtle and, not overbearing with the ads? And then you reload and you go on a Daily Mail page and it's just side banner, top banner, bottom banner.
Flash in front.
Flash video, Like,
I'm sure Daily Mail's going to listen to you and your threats.
Yeah,
I can't using them.
Well, yeah, I can't even use your site, essentially.
You don't work.
Yeah. Fall of the 11th says we care about Bam because we want to see him overcome it the same way Steve-O did. If Steve-O was able to get sober and serious, then Bam has no excuse. Yeah, I think everybody's pretty much answering that guy's question. I'm like, why do you cover this? Because
if you don't like it, don't listen.
And it's and here I'll answer you the bare minimum. Like my voyeuristic answer would be, it's interesting. It's interesting to me. Reports and rumors of entertainer Jamie Foxx's health the past couple of months have left media and fans confused as to what's really going on. I'll say this about the Jamie Foxx thing. If you haven't been following it, it's weird right from the get-go.
Yes, it is.
Something happened to Jamie Foxx.
But nobody wanted to say what.
No, his family doesn't say what it is. Nobody's saying what the deal is. Nobody's saying if what he had.
He was hospitalized though.
I believe he's still hospitalized.
That's what I mean.
And nobody's saying anything about it. And I'm sorry, but if this happened to another celebrity or if this happened to Jamie Foxx, if the media wanted to tell his story, they would find out what happened.
Yeah.
There's an easy way to find out what happened. There's something else going on here. It's that, I use this line a lot, but just because I'm paranoid doesn't mean nobody's watching me. Them not saying something says something to me.
This is giving me Damar Hamlin vibes.
Worse than that, because Damar Hamlin, at least they let out some news.
Eventually.
Periodically, yeah. I still think that guy in that suite that one week was not. Yeah, I still don't think that was him.
I'd buy that.
I think the guy who's at the OTAs and the workouts now for the Bills, I do think that's him. And I do think Damar Hamlin's alive. And I don't think you can find a guy who's a professional level safety in football to pretend to be Damar Hamlin. First of all, people would know who that guy is. They'd be like, no, that's Mark Kerrigan from LSU. You know, like that. We've seen that guy before.
Right.
So I do think that's Damar Hamlin now. But that guy who was in that booth, that was not Damar Hamlin.
Okay, then why'd they have to fake the guy in the booth?
Because I think the NFL was facing so much heat about, you know, all the shit surrounding Damar Hamlin. And they were like, are you sure this guy's fucking alive? That they were like,
but again, then why not put Damar Hamlin out there?
Because he wasn't ready yet. And they were like, we got to buy ourselves. To me, it was a buy ourselves some time move. But like since then, we've seen Damar Hamlin. It's him. You can't fake that. And if
I just think that
if he comes back and plays, though, you can't say that's not Damar Hamlin because you can do all the lookalike shit you want. The guy still has to be able to play football at a professional level.
I think it's a very slippery slope when you, like you just said that the reason they put somebody out in that booth, you know, whether it was him or not, it was because of all the heat they were facing and stuff. Well, no, it's a slippery slope if you start lying about little shit like that about everyone who gets an injury or everyone who has a medical emergency and stuff. No, just tell him he's in the hospital, he's sick, and that once they're ready, they'll let you know what happened and that he's okay.
It's why
once you start lying, you can't stop.
They didn't do much for their trust factor, but also it's why you don't respond to internet rumors and internet shit.
Don't talk about it until you're ready to.
Do it the way you want to do it. And if you let the internet dictate what you're going to do, you're going to fuck yourself up.
Yeah, I mean, that they did not do themselves any favors.
Reports and rumors of entertainer Jamie Foxx's health have fans confused. According to a report on OK Magazine's website, details of the Django Unchained star's health have been revealed to be worse than originally thought. According to sources interviewed by Hollywood journalist AJ Benza, is that the Howard Stern AJ Benza? Foxx has been left partially paralyzed and blind. And I can't read the next part, but let's just say they believe he got a bad Botox injection.
Isn't that fucked up that it's an actual article and we can't read it?
Right. Can't read that on YouTube. If I read that on YouTube, we're going to get a strike. But I by the way, I also want to say I totally agree with the thing we can't read. Mm-hmm. I want to be
that was most people's thoughts originally.
Yeah. And you know, again, it's if you address the internet, you're going to fuck up. The minute you are very silent about what's wrong with this beloved actor, when Hollywood, TMZ, all these places, they can't wait to tell you what's wrong with a guy.
Yeah.
They can't. I mean, the Tracy Morgan thing.
Bruce Willis. Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, it's not like Hollywood can claim, oh, we want to respect his family and his privacy. They never do that. They trot Michael J. Fox out there still to this day when he should be at home resting.
Okay.
He should not be in front of a camera. Or, you know, they wanted to trot Tracy Morgan in there while his brains were still scrambled eggs. And they wanted to do all this stuff. So the whole respect for the family thing, sorry, I don't buy it. But now there's rumors out there. These are not confirmed facts, but I would tend to believe these rumors.
They fit.
Because it's odd how silent everyone is being about a guy. I mean, this is not a guy who's a fallen star, a faded celebrity who used to be famous. This is an A-list actor.
This is the Django Unchained star.
Yeah. Jamie had a blood clot in his brain after he had Botox done or something of the sort. Mm. He did not want the Botox, but the movie was on. He was pressured to get it, says Benza. He alleged that the blood clot in the brain caused him at that point to be partially paralyzed and blind. So this is not saying that he's currently paralyzed and blind, but that when this happened to him, it paralyzed him and he went blind. Whether or not he's still in that shape, we don't know.
So basically, he was filming a movie and the movie made him get Botox, so that he could be in said movie.
To clear up the lines.
Yes.
As you get older. And yeah, I don't know how much of this, I don't know how much of what they're saying I believe and how much of it is conjecture. I do believe that he had some kind of blood clot or stroke issue. I do, because they're being so silent about it. And all they've said about him is that he's not doing well. He's in the hospital. He's having serious complications. So that to me leads me to believe stroke. Mm-hmm. And that's what
makes sense.
And that's what a stroke is, right? Blood clot in your brain.
That is the thing. Like, I don't know if we're doing Occam's razor or anything here, but it does seem to fit like what's going on here.
Yeah. So, and the less they tell us, the more it makes me believe that they're worried that it might be from something that you're not allowed to say it's from, or you'll get deplatformed from everything.
Which is terribly fucked also.
Yes. I have to read this before I lose it because it's so goddamn funny, and he comments so seldom, and they're always home runs. Polar Bear, he can play Ray Charles again. Motherfucker, that was
That's
good.
very funny.
Stephen Weisfout says, yeah, TMZ has morals now. I don't buy it. They can't talk about him because it's from...
They don't have any morals.
Yeah.
Have you seen the places they'll insert themselves into? They'll inject their cameras into.
Yeah. Oh, God, and look what they did to Kanye from the shit he was doing. They barreled into that guy.
Oh, and anytime anyone's going through like a divorce and there's kids involved in shit, they'll blast that shit all over. Family respect. Fuck that.
Oh, Jason
care.
Sudeikis, who is it, Naomi Watts?
Olivia Wilde.
Olivia Wilde, sorry. Do they look alike?
I don't know.
Naomi Watts.
I know what
and
Olivia Wilde looks like. I don't remember Naomi Watts.
Let me see what I gotta search
Images.
Naomi Watts to see if I need to apologize to anyone. Naomi Watts.
Not even close.
No,
not
they're
even close. Olivia Wilde blows her out of the water.
Well, she's British and you're racist, so. I mean, you
I'm British and racist?
no, you're racist. She's British.
Okay, look up Olivia Wilde and tell me I'm wrong.
Naomi Watts. Oh, she's married to. Oh no, proud of co-parenting with Liev Schreiber. I've always had a theory that Liev Schreiber's a bit of a lunatic, and I love him. I think he's a great actor, and he's one of my favorites. But I've always felt like he looks high-strung.
Yes.
Liev Schreiber.
I'm sure a lot of these people are.
Olivia Wilde. Come on, a little bit, right? No, not really.
Not even a little bit.
Not
She's
even a little.
way hotter.
Okay. Who's hotter, Olivia? Wilde or Munn?
Munn.
Got to go with Munn on that one there,
Yeah,
Cotton.
I think Munn.
So anyway, back to Jamie Foxx. I'm sorry, I got distracted by pussy.
How about Newton-John? What?
She's dead, right? She died. She got the cancer.
I'm going to make you think about this one. I don't know if she died or not, Aaron.
She got the cancer. She died on a Tuesday.
You know what's tragic is like,
People like
what
Grease.
the fuck? No, not that one. Patrick Swayze. That's it. Patrick Swayze.
Patrick who?
Swayze. I hate
There
that
you
he's
go.
dead. I hate that he's
No,
dead so much.
what was his first name? What was the first name you gave him? Patrick who?
Swayze.
No, what was the first one? Because I think that's how you pronounce it.
It's definitely Swayze.
Yeah. Yeah, but how'd you say, what is the first
I
time?
don't remember.
Because I'd rather we call him that.
He's dead. It doesn't matter.
Patrick Swayze. Yeah. You don't call him Patrick Swayze. You don't call him Patrick Swayze. He that dead motherfucker. Close says Olivia Munn got bogged.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? I feel like that means had sex with a black dude.
Do I have to look up? Do I have to look up bogged?
Olivia Munn. Here.
She's a smoke show.
What does bogged mean?
Go bogged. What the fuck? Urban Dictionary.
Urban Dictionary. There you go. What does bogged mean? Bogged, become stuck in mud or wet ground. Bogged, when a famous person gets excessive, noticeable plastic surgery, especially when it makes them look much worse. Oh.
Hate it.
I call that being rourked. Mickey.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Thank you. I know
The
who
Wrestlers
Mickey Rourke is.
One of my favorite movies. She
God,
got bogged? Really?
What the fuck? That girl we were just talking about yesterday from the vacation movies. She did it.
Oh, old
Why? The blonde.
Beverly D'Angelo.
Beverly D'Angelo.
There you
She
go.
fucking did it.
Olivia Munn 2023. Let me see if I really because sometimes I gotta tell you, sometimes you get these guys who they'll look at tens and they're like, your nose is all fucked up. You're like, would you stop it?
You know who I totally
Appreciate art.
And I'm usually more of a blonde girl. Aubrey Plaza. I think she is so fucking hot.
She's all right. Okay, so I see what they're saying, but you know what that looks like to me?
She's gaining weight
Oh, well, I
in
mean,
her
if you
face.
wanna
Like
be a
her
dick about
cheeks
it.
got puffy.
No, I think she's getting older and she's trying to keep up. Because she's got to be.
But that's where this stuff starts. So you're doing the same thing.
I suppose, but
You
no, I'm
don't-
not.
You don't get your face bogged and shit until you're trying to keep
But
up.
I don't think I don't see bogged in a negative sense here. I just
I
see
do.
someone who's trying to hold back the hands of time.
She does not look right.
Yeah,
compared
but
to what she used to.
here's the problem with being famous. Let's say she doesn't get work done. People are going to say, "Oh, she's looking old as fuck."
Cindy Crawford. Look at her.
It's a rarity, and I'm sure she's been cut up. So I don't know. I feel like if you're a woman in Hollywood, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, but if you get the work done and it turned out shitty, you're going to wish you hadn't.
And how do you have shitty work done when you have that much money? How old is she? She's probably like 42, I would say. Oh, wow, look at that.
You're disgusting.
Look at that, 42 years old.
I don't know how you do that, but you're gross.
Olivia Munn is 42, and she'll be 43 on July 3rd. April Stop, that is my crush.
Everyone.
Aubrey Plaza is hot. Aubrey Plaza can get it. Aubrey Plaza, have you ever
Fuck
seen the
yeah.
self-attention video in the mirror? Top notch?
Woo.
No, I haven't.
Look her up real quick. She's worth
Well,
it.
no, I haven't seen the video.
No, I'm just saying Aubrey is...
My thing
She's
with
hot.
my thing with Aubrey Plaza is I hate I'm like blaming her for the characters she plays in movies, which I know you're not supposed to do. I hate that fucking try hard to be the dirty girl gimmick.
I don't even care. Give me that movie Dirty Grandpa all day long.
No. If that
I think that is so great.
If that character is a parody of dumb bitches, then I'm in. But if that's who she really is, she's exhausting. I hate her.
Pull the bitch up. You looked up everybody but her.
I'm an Olivia Munn fan from back in the day.
Olivia Munn doesn't look good anymore. She's
Aubrey
out.
Plaza's 38. She ain't no spring chicken either. Uh-oh. Your girl's starting to look a little...
Click it.
I just did, you fuck. A little long in the tooth nowadays.
You're a mean person.
I'm sorry. That's not...
Look at this black and white picture down here. To me, that is the everything.
You know what
She
she
is
looks
so
like?
pretty.
She looks like a girl who could go to your high school and would be gettable if you played football.
Her body's great, too.
Oh, there's cum. She's got a whole jug of cum. Oh, my God. It's a whole glass of cum, and she got some on her top lip.
You're not showing anybody for the
sorry.
record.
Sorry, guys. There you go. She's got cum on her face. Oh, boy, I'm against it. I'm against it. Get it off my screen. I don't know, man. I'm not as...
That picture right there is just, that one too.
She's the hot girl at your high school.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing, but I'm saying, like, in terms of, like, celebrity... I don't know.
She is great in, like, every movie. Visually.
Look, man,
I'm not saying her acting abilities are great. She's just hot.
I understand I'm in the minority here. I'm getting... everyone here is just fucking hammering me for not being more into her. Sorry. I'll say this. Out of all the people in that Dirty Grandpa movie, I'll go with the dancing chick. Out of all of them.
The dancing
The
chick?
Dancing with the Stars chick. Oh, no. Was she? Yeah, Julianne Hough.
Ugh. Yeah, I know Julianne Hough.
Yeah.
I mean, she's fine, but Brittany Snow's hotter than her.
Which one's Brittany Snow?
She's not in that
The
movie.
hippie?
I just think they're similar.
Oh.
I do not think that hippie's hot. The hippie chick,
No,
she's
very
in the movie
mid.
Why Him with Dave Franco, too.
God.
James Franco or... James is the older one,
Dave
right?
is the non-rapey one.
Right, so she was in it with James.
Okay. Stephen Weller with $20 over on PayPal. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, we got here from Jamie Foxx. Well, you know why we got here from Jamie Foxx? Because here's the problem with the Jamie Foxx story. You're not allowed to talk about the Jamie Foxx story. Like, everything I want to say about the Jamie Foxx story, first of all, everyone knows what I'm saying, so I don't really have to say it. But we also can't dive any deeper into this story. There's about 9 other conversations we could have, but you can't have any.
You're saying we shouldn't inject ourselves into the story?
We should not inject ourselves, because if we start talking about that, if we inject that into the conversation, we will poison this entire program, and we will not be experiencing any kind of stroke of good luck. And I think it'll cause the whole show to kind of coagulate and maybe clot.
I don't know.
And gum everything up.
I think injecting ourselves into this topic can make our hearts grow 10 times larger.
And that's true too, but we'll never know.
That could be
We'll never
great.
know.
You don't know. Why is he good in everything too? Brad Pitt is just, and he ages like fine wine. I tell you what.
Easy there, soaked.
Yeah.
Good Lord. This is maybe, like, personally, I know this isn't the most interesting story of the day, but this is my favorite story of the day. It's a soccer story. A player for Dallas United. They were in the middle of a game in a soccer tournament called the Soccer Tournament. And
it's original.
So a Dallas United player was talking to was trash talking a West Ham player. Now, I don't know who these teams are. I don't know anything about soccer. Forgive me, but that's not why I'm bringing up the story. This player from Dallas United called another player the N-word on the soccer field.
Well, was he?
See, now to me, that's all part of trash talk. I don't I don't care what race either of the players were.
Doesn't this happen?
That's trash talk. It happens. What are you going to do? They suspended the game. They stopped it.
Guys, we've all heard that word. It's going to be okay. Finish your stupid soccer game.
They postponed the fucking word.
Come on.
Or they postponed the game because somebody called another player the N-word at the game in North Carolina.
People's fake outrage towards the N-word astonishes me sometimes, as if we haven't all said it and heard it before.
Or that in sports, people talk shit. Could you imagine if we suspended every NBA game because somebody said the N-word? The playoffs would be happening a year from now.
Right.
Because we'd be suspending all of the games.
So it's just over, guys. We have to quit soccer. Yeah. Soccer's just done now.
If you
the whole world cheers.
Yeah, if you suspend every football game because somebody said the N-word, we're never getting out of the first quarter of any game. I'm sorry. The only sport that might be safe, golf and hockey. They'll be able to get through all of their shit.
Have you heard me golf?
Oh, that's true.
Do you hear how I talk to my balls?
I don't know why you would blame them. They're not even on the course.
Just go in your home.
Dallas have now left the tournament with their Friday game canceled and claimed they did so of their own choosing, despite reports elsewhere claiming they had been disqualified. Disqualified because a guy used a racial slur during an athletic event. Are soccer players just pussy about everything? You step on their toe, they act like a grenade went off on their foot. Are they just absolute bitches about every little thing sports-wise?
Oh, I'll answer you. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. It is just like the NBA. You can look at somebody and you will fall and hold your knee. Oh, he hurt me so bad. It's that with everything. I could do this to you and you're falling over dead.
In another, he clearly says to an opposition player, I am here to set a precedent now, shortly before the team walked off the field. Clip surfaced on social media of West Ham's Anton Ferdinand looking visibly irate and telling one opponent, why are you looking at me for? I'll punch you up.
Why do you people have bad grammar?
Okay, that's fine, whatever. What does this have to do with
the game? Because the rule was made to lay that you can have a chance to keep going.
Why are you looking at me for? But I'll punch you up. And again, you see...
I thought he said, I'll fuck you up.
Oh, I'll punch you up.
But I'll punch you up. And again, you see...
I'll punch you up. God, they even suck at trash talking.
That's what I'm saying. They don't sound right.
Soccer players are boring and stupid. Tournament organizers said in a statement late Thursday night, after conducting an investigation into the final moments of the match between West Ham United and Dallas United, we have concluded that Dallas United violated the soccer tournament's code of conduct. We have been in dialogue with leadership from both clubs, and we are all aligned that the best path forward is Dallas United withdrawing from competition. So they kicked Dallas United out of the tournament because somebody said the N-word.
And I bet you're all so hurt. I bet that N-word hurt somebody. I bet it screwed up their playing abilities. Their legs are broken. Their heart's not in it.
This is fucking soft. This is embarrassing for soccer.
It's a goddamn word, and you're ending an entire tournament.
Dude, Dallas United was winning 2-0 when it happened, too. You know, a 2-0 lead in soccer is like a 20-0 lead in football. At the time of the incident occurred, and it appears the game had gotten heated between the two teams, clips on Twitter show some fierce challenges being made by West Ham players, but it is unclear if it was directly in response to the racism allegations. So now any team that's behind in a soccer game can now cry racism and have a shot at winning.
That's it. You're going to say, oh, white guy looked at me really nasty. He glared at me. That's a hate crime.
I'm sorry.
We're so soft. People are so soft. You will end entire tournaments because you heard a word that you've heard 10,000 other times. I promise. You probably listened to music after your tournament that had the N-word in it.
Am
I wrong?
That is just fucking insane that they not only that they suspended the game. I mean, that's insane. But that Dallas, who was ahead at the time, is now out of the tournament. Wow, that guy's a bitch.
It's not, and me saying this shit doesn't mean like, oh yeah, we should use that word. It's not even that. It's obviously it's not a good word for anybody to use. It might be fun, but whatever. It's a word, and you're ruining lives over it. Like, that's people's livelihood that play soccer.
Papa Dan says West Ham is a London team and have probably heard and said worse during matches.
Yes.
Yeah, people get in fights over there in the stands. People are breaking each other's noses. doctors
causing
are
physical harm.
Yeah, it's like,
Right.
in the old Philadelphia football stadium, they used to have a judge in the basement of the stadium because so many people fucked up and got arrested. Like in UK soccer stadiums, they probably have a doctor to do stitches in the basement of the stadium because people are punching each other in the face.
I'm trying to sit here and think really hard about, like, if I was in that tournament and I was playing, and if somebody called, yelled any word my direction, if it would be enough for me to be like, guys, we're out of this. We're not going to play here anymore. We can't play this team.
I simply cannot be a part of this.
They're words.
I'm far too hurt.
You can call me a cunt. You can call me a bitch. You can call me
A hoe?
a hoe.
A whore?
A whore.
A cock goblin?
Sure.
A cum guzzling slut?
You can call me the thing Chad Zumach calls himself.
A cockpit?
Well,
no, I wouldn't call you that. I would
You
divorce
call me-
you before I'd call you that.
Well, that's fine. Teach their own. But you could call me probably anything, and I wouldn't have the audacity to be like, all right, this is over.
Strumpet?
Strumpet.
Thought?
Wow.
Harlot?
Harlot's a good one. Trollop. I like trollop.
Farm wench?
Ooh, see, now I like that. See, now you're getting me excited.
Okay.
I like the farm wench.
Succubus? You said anything. You said
No.
you can call me anything.
No, I can't think of this word because you keep
Toon says dick barrel.
slag.
How about a chicken nugget schoon?
Wow, we haven't heard that in so long.
Yeah, chicken
Oh my
nugget
God.
schoon. How's that?
Late for dinner.
Lady of the pole?
Sure. I'm saying
Jezebel?
That's a good one. Cum dumpster.
Straw-haired Jezebel?
You could probably call me any of these things.
Snatch doll?
Some of them I might
Frothy hole?
I might laugh.
Semen receptacle?
Boner garage.
Boner garage? That's another one. Claptrap? Cum guzzler? Mermaid? Courtesan?
Mermaid.
Oh, throw them in there.
Courtesan.
Sperm vacuum? She who takes facials? Cum bubble? Yeah. Queefer? Queefer Sutherland?
See, no, that's just funny.
Dishwasher? Clam catcher? Trim? Skirt?
I think I'm gonna be okay here.
Coos?
Oh, that's just fun.
Manhole? Tuna Town? Tyrannical space docker? Fornicatress? Dick's self-storage? Laundry washer? Wiener moccasin? Meat pocket? 19th Amendment recipient? ATM machine?
Wiener moccasin fucked me up.
Ham wallet? Gopher gravel? Gash? Gash is a good
Gash is fun.
one. Milk muff? Maid? Arby's roast beef and cheddar? You said anything. Talking fleshlight? Hillary Clinton? Mommy milkers? Sandwich
Hillary Clinton's
maker?
a bit weird.
Significant other? Whore of Babylon? Meat flaps? See, you even got Lemmy into the game. Broad? Axe wound? Wonderful mother, someone says. Quiff? Split tail?
Divorce settlement.
Divorce settlement? Chad Zumach says egg picker. Is that okay? Can they call you that or no?
I
That's
mean,
pushing
I'll
it,
have
huh?
to have a few drinks later to get over that, but
I mean,
I'll continue the game.
If someone called you Chad Zumach, I mean, that's a bigger pussy than you. Vertical smile? Beaver? Wiener moccasin is hilarious, people saying.
It is good.
All right. Wizard sleeve? Cock taxi? MILF?
Queer bait.
Slunk meat? Stepmother? Baby
jailbait.
factory? Sperm bank? The future Mrs. Cornett?
Ooh.
Crystal cave? Smelly pirate hooker? People are coming up with a lot of names.
You're a smelly pirate hooker. Well, your hair sucks.
NHJ says, I got bingo. Katie Kidney, City Girl,
Okay, now that's a little offensive.
walking mattress, zinc shot target, hot dog bun, fat man in an inner tube, hard cleaner, adulterer, trans athlete, tighter than a mouse's ear,
Oh, that's fun. Skittle. Mattress surfer.
woman who has too much sex, clam taco, cock silo, moisture oyster.
I like
oyster.
cock silo. That's good.
Pearl juice cup.
Don't call me Pearl Milling Company. That might upset me. Call me Aunt Jemima.
And lover. Tucks in her shirts girl. Neil Brennan.
Well, why is... See, now, Guy's got me there. Why is he yelling at me for that? Yes, I tuck my shirts. I'm professional. Wait, is there something wrong with tucking your shirt in? Guy might have found
See,
the one.
he's fucking you
He
up.
got it. I don't know what that is, but he fucked me up.
It's a small cut, but it's deep.
Why did that hurt me so bad?
Hippos yawn, snail trail blazer, tight butthole, bearded clam, hotter than two mice fucking in a wool sock, a nice lady, tighter than a midget's fist, drama queen, nut bucket, carried like a six-pack. Ring rat, cock holster. Hussy, Gene Simmons, finger hole, stump
Gene
broken.
Simmons, whoa.
Jizz farmer. This all came about during the soccer story because April said, you can call me whatever you want. Gonorrhea factory,
Now,
Hillary Clinton.
If you called me the stump breaker, that might upset me.
Itty bitty titty committee, says Doc Brewski. Rotten clam, Go-Gurt panties, slut, bowling ball, moist depression, floozy, butt plug, Genoa dead liver, finger puppet, herpy hole, cooter tooter, pencil sharpener, jizz whiz, strumpet, porcupine, camel mouth going. Oh, man. Farmhouse Fun Mouse. Egg Picker says, stop giving Win by 2 content for a soundboard. I like giving my fans ammunition.
This is so good. See, now this is at the point in the game where I'd be laughing so hard I'd have to stop playing.
Bad Hunter, Punching Bag, Discharge Queen. Tuna Vendor, Hunter Biden. Pigeon Toe, Meeker County 7. Band Geek, Ohio Girl, DSP. Micro-Titted Miracle, Yeast Beast. Gutter, Schlong Shot, Aaron Sloppy Seconds. The Queef, Lazy, Dirty E-Beggar, Skunky Twat. The Hole, Manhole, Harry Taco.
I'm your sloppy second.
We're all caught up. Minnesota 7, says John Rio.
Oh, you're all mean-spirited.
Baby Launcher, Litchfield Farmer, Sloppy Joe, Yellowknife 4, Ginger, Schlong Sleeve, Beef Sheets, Meat Tent, Knob Slobber, Trailer Park Bicycle, Wizard Sleeve, Opie Radio Fan, Watermelon Eater, Mini Hole, Forehead, Moose Knuckle, Too Old for Anthony Cumia, Robin Slivers.
See, that one broke my heart.
Dollar Tree 10, Rotten Fish Basket, Mississippi 10, Hack Comedian, Piazza Repellent, 3 Holes No Waiting, This Stuff Turns Women On, Zumach's Garage, Loose Kegels, Eighths, Twat Talker, Very Nice Person, Firm Tits and a Tight Fit, Elizabeth Warren, Open Face Tuna Sandwich, Hole in One, Last in a 10-Man Train, Dollar Tree 10 Made My Day. Oh, sorry, that was Litchfield Resident, Arby's #1 Triple, Unhealed Hatchet Wound, Bait Bucket, Cum Cup, Salmon Slapper, Parachute Hole, Hack Comedian, Oprah's Butthole, Mustache Rider, Fishing Hole. You guys really went on for a long time.
A couple of those did, in fact, break my heart. I won't tell you which ones, but a couple of them hurt me.
Here's what they're calling April. Pincushion, Long Dark Hallway, Mrs. Otaku, Devil Ray Lips. April will read anything you write here. Peach Fuzz, Pedopegger, Polar Bear Femur.
Okay.
Vertical Smile, What's Under Jake Hudson's Bed. Upload This Later, Boot Lips, Axe Wound, Future Tattoo Regretter. Biden Fall.
No.
Sperm Siphon. Mrs. Otaku is rough, says Pilot Polito.
Sperm siphon.
They want me to save this one. This would
I think you did, in fact, break me on a few of those. I might have called the game off now.
Yambag Sleeve. Jailbait. Aaron's Wife. AIDS Dispensary.
That is a rough one.
Blonde Mop with a Hole. A Pringles Can in a Subway Tunnel. Hentai Watcher. Minnesota 6. Sheets Cleaner. Runaway Head. Flat-Chested Udder Yanker. Honk Bag. The One Mom Didn't Swallow. All right, I think we're good.
That's mean. And I will say, saying that I'm an Opie fan and Too Young for Kumia twice in a row, that one did bother me a bit. And then the tucked in the shirt one.
Mrs. Portland Cumstain. Chrissy's Titty Sweat.
See, now that's just an honor, really.
Okay. We got to talk about something very serious. And we've had all this levity. My heart's racing. We did the, call April, whatever bit. We talked about her fisting herself and all this other stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, Doc Brewski says, so Tank Davis. Yeah, Tank Davis got in a car wreck a while back. He hit somebody with his car, and he got sentenced to 90 days house arrest. Well, apparently, he violated the house arrest, and now they're just throwing him in. He got arrested yesterday. They threw him in jail, so he's going to serve his time in county for 90 days.
Well, that's what happens, guys.
Yeah.
Is that surprising to anyone?
I mean, I say fuck it. Why not? Like, I understand why he did it. Because, like,
wait, what?
Why not go out and just have fun and have a great time and then let them catch you? And then you're like, it's only 90 days in a county jail.
You go spend 90 days in a county jail and say it's only 90 days.
That's just it. He'll do like 50.
That's not even the point.
He'll do a month and a half.
5 would be too much for you.
Right. But he's Gervonta Davis. It's not like, what's somebody going to do? Beat him up?
And then say, don't fuck with Kumia?
Yeah, nobody's going to beat up Gervonta Davis. Yeah. Oh, Dead Jester put a fist and then a finger hole circle in the chat.
My fists are virgins. I'll have you know.
My asshole says different.
That's not my fist.
Speaking of people's buttholes, let's talk about Taylor Swift for a moment. Taylor Swift is on this tour that people have been talking about forever. I mean, tickets cost, I believe, $94 million. You haven't checked in a while.
It's the Eras.
Yeah, I've actually collected, and I got this inspiration from an episode of Law & Order SVU. I've actually started collecting Nigerian children and selling them to wealthy people in order to fund buying Taylor Swift tickets. And I hear this is the most common way to acquire Taylor Swift tickets, is through basically black market slavery. And that's how most people are being able to afford going to these shows.
I'm going to need the name of a good lawyer after this.
Got a couple for you.
Okay.
So Taylor Swift fans don't want to miss anything. And I get it, because you paid, how much is it really? Minimum?
$2,000.
$2,000 for the cheapest ticket to Taylor Swift's show. If you're paying $2,000 for that ticket, you don't want to miss anything. You want to see the entire show.
Yeah.
Now, when you go to a concert, name me some of the things that could happen that could cause you to miss part of the show.
Going to the bathroom.
Going to the bathroom.
Going
Thank
to get
you.
drinks.
That's
and
it.
then
That's
you
all
have
I
to.
needed. I just needed the going to the bathroom one. So what's something that could maybe help you avoid that problem in a concert setting?
I'm going to have to say a diaper.
A diaper. Now, Taylor Swift fans are what? Probably almost all under 40 years old?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, of course.
Don't scoff, because I'm sure some of them are getting really close to 40. She's been around for a minute now.
Really? God,
Yeah.
do you know how old that makes me feel?
Yeah, I'm sure Taylor Swift fans.
She was like my heyday. Like fucking Taylor Swift everywhere.
She came by in about what, 06, 07?
Yep. Right when I'm really getting into music and shit, there's Taylor Swift.
So she's been around for 17 years. That means if you became a Taylor Swift fan at 23, which is possible,
Man.
you're 40 now.
That's gross.
Okay.
No, I don't feel good about that.
So Taylor Swift's fans do not want to miss anything during the show. So apparently they're starting to wear adult diapers so they can go to the bathroom in their pants while they're at the Taylor Swift concert.
Like they actually are doing this?
They're doing it.
No. Do you have any dignity, sir?
No. They paid $2,000 for a nosebleed to Taylor Swift's show, and they're going to piss and shit themselves at the show.
Can we at least hold our bowels and not shit ourselves?
You got to remember, people are going out for drinks and dinner before these shows, so they're eating like nachos, greasy burgers, wraps, all kinds of things. You're not going to go that entire show without having to take a shit. So let's say
you can't go like 2-3 hours.
Let's say you're a single guy at a Taylor Swift concert and you're not a homosexual. I know, tall order, and you're going to have to use your imagination.
You went with your lady.
Let's say you're a straight dude and you're single, and there's going to be a bunch of straight single puss at this show,
Fucking
right?
horned up too.
A lot of puss, and they're horned up because they're hearing the blank space.
No, she's not on that shit anymore.
Oh,
I don't even know where
they're
she's
hearing the hip hop is dead. No, that's Nas. They're hearing Rock the Mic. No, that's Beanie Siegel. They're at the Taylor Swift show and they're hearing Forgot About Dre. No, it's a different
My
guy.
N.
By N by YG. They should put her on a remix of that song.
They should.
So you have this the diaper thing. So imagine you're a guy who's you're near a girl and you guys are singing the Taylor Swift songs and he did something like he bought her a beer and just kind of slow vibing into it, and then all of a sudden she kind of reaches for him. She's kind of flirting with him a little. Maybe she goes for the hand, or she puts a hand on his back. So he decides, I'm going to step things up a little bit. I'm going to grab this chick's ass. She got a nice ass. I'm going to grab it. And he feels a lumpy, squishy shit.
Like she looks good.
Yeah,
but her butt's a bit lumpy.
Oh God, she's looking great. She's an 8 at this concert, and she you guys are feeling good, and something's going to happen, and you reach down, you're like, did she just brush against my dick? And then you reach for her butt, and you get squishy poop in your hand, and you're just squishing around the poop, and you're like, she has the weirdest ass cheeks I've ever felt on a girl, and you're squeezing because you think you're playing with her ass, and she's not really reacting, so you're like, she's letting me do this. But what you don't realize is she doesn't feel what you're doing because you're not squeezing her ass. You're squeezing her shit logs that are in her adult diaper because she didn't want to miss anything from the Taylor Swift store or concert. I mean,
did we have to say shit log?
That is something you can do at a Taylor Swift concert. Brandon says hot girl poop is different. Look, there's an argument to be made.
Brandon's in on the poop. The poop does not deter Brandon.
I'm not saying that Brandon's
Oh, no.
right about the shit situation.
What if she was an absolute 10? You've never seen anything like her. Would that deter you? But then you've got a shit-filled diaper.
Listen. I'm
No.
gonna answer you, and you're gonna like my answer. We would have to talk about it, but it's not a deal breaker. If you're saying she's a 10 and she's into you,
No, yeah.
it's
No,
not
yeah,
a deal
you're
breaker
fucking.
because you're like, you can always shower poop off.
You're gonna she's going to have to shower though, because we've all changed a diaper before. If there's shit in there, that shit gets packed into your ass crack, and if it sits too long, it gets weird and crusty, and that shit's not just coming off when she takes the diaper out. There's shit in there.
Now that I have a boner, let's discuss that. Don't look that close. Nobody should know. They're gonna think now that you have to look really close to see if I have a boner.
Spectacle.
Yeah, thank you. Johnny 1.0 says I'd pull a shitty diaper off Megan Fox in her prime and go to
Megan Fox even now is hot.
Even Megan Fox, I would make her wash her ass.
I saw her on the Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Edition red carpet, and my jaw dropped. I think she is so fucking hot right now.
I'm going to use a word for her. Bogged.
No, she fixed it. She was bogged for a little bit.
Okay, she did?
I don't
Okay,
know what
she
she did. She fixed it.
She fixed the bogging.
She is so hot right now.
Oh, Brandon says that's why God gave us a tongue. Brandon, you know what I said about that Rumspringa thing? Just, I don't know. Hung Solo says, now you've crossed the line for me, tapping out of steel toe. Hung Solo, you seem like you haven't been having a good time anyway, bud. I feel like I did you
we'll see you
a
Monday.
mitzvah. Yeah, we'll see you Monday. Don't worry about it. Balls Deep says, yeah, poopy pants is a deal breaker. Well, everybody's got their lines.
Can we not poop ourselves? And I'm upset with
Okay,
people. You can't go 3 hours without taking a shit.
Well, I'm sure most of it's pee. Like squirting. So there, okay, now imagine this. Ready? I'm going to give you a visual bit.
Please don't.
Let's say that you're at a Taylor Swift concert. You're wearing, you don't know that the woman you're hitting on is wearing a diaper.
Okay.
And you guys are talking and you're singing the songs together and it looks good. Maybe you've even pecked a couple of times. Who knows?
Pecked?
Maybe things are getting somewhere.
Can you say you kissed?
Maybe things are getting somewhere. And then all of a sudden you look over at her and like, hey, you want to go out after the show? And she's looking at you like this. Sorry. I can do this.
I can't
This
look
girl,
at you.
this girl you like so much is looking back at you, and before she answers, she goes, yeah, sure, we can go grab a couple drinks after the show. What do you think? Would you still? Remember,
Did you have a stroke?
Remember, she's a 10. Little Lemmy says a good way to fix a bog on the cover of a magazine is Photoshop, April. Oh, there you go.
Video.
Balls Deep says she coughs overtly to cover the shit noise. Alex Nario says, I fucking hate it here.
Imagine sitting next to him. That was terrifying.
JJ says, you ask her out and she says, depends. Michael B says, I wonder why she has the sports page with her. Yeah, exactly. Why is she doing that?
Yeah, but then these people can't sit down, right? They can't sit down to have a drink with you because if they sit, they're sloshing.
Katie Kidney says, Aaron's going to actually shit himself for this bit.
Right.
You don't know what happened.
Did you poop?
No comment. Rexart Parody account says, you guys are missing an opportunity. You do 4+ hours a morning. You should license steel toe adult diapers. Ooh, there you go.
That could be fun.
Was a 10. Now she's a 12, says Magic 8 Ball.
So it didn't knock her down a peg or two.
Hung Solo is a liar. He says, that effort you just did salvaged my day. I am a confident, you know what it is? It's my mic arm. It gives me the confidence to do a visual bit.
And you only hit your face in it once today.
Did I hit my face?
Oh, yeah. You turned around to talk about this banner for a little bit early on, and you fucking turned back around and smashed your face right into that.
I don't remember doing
Right
that.
into
Shit. Connor says, Aaron, you've been through this before. Don't lie. Oh, no, I never have to strain that hard.
I have a question.
I got a good butthole. Go ahead.
But I've heard things.
Well, sometimes when you're dried out.
Have you ever worn an adult diaper for any reason?
No. I've never even tried one on like as a goof.
You haven't pranked anybody by wearing one somehow?
I've seen one. I've never.
You've seen one.
I've seen one. I've never actually used one.
Are you kidding me, Imhold?
What do you think? Ooh, no, too late in the day. Too late in the day.
Well, let's get a sitter and go after 4.
Yeah. Guys, I'm not doing anything untoward at the moment.
Okay, I have a fucking problem with that. What you just did there.
What?
Why is everybody saying that word suddenly? It's
Untoward?
everywhere. Yes.
You okay?
I never use that word. I never hear anybody use that word, and now every single human being I listen to on YouTube is using it.
There was no meeting. I promise you.
You're all doing it though.
I promise.
And
there was
people
no...
that say the word, oh, it's giving. Like people are saying, oh, it's give. Like if I were to talk about this coconut lime vitamin water I'm having, oh, it's giving summer vibes. Like now giving is like a verb somehow, like in a different way. Like it's
Okay.
Please stop.
Is this?
I don't know who started it. And I just...
I see. I didn't know that.
I feel like I'm missing out on some trend that I didn't get the meeting for.
Okay. Are you...
You all say it now.
Oh,
I haven't heard it in like 30 years.
I'm sorry. Do you want to go to Albany today?
Just go to Albany.
I was just checking. April needed to rant because I was looking up tea times. Salvo Pancakes gets... he and Keemstar have a falling out. I guess I didn't know this, but he and Red Bar had some kind of distancing or whatever it was.
That's not shocking, though.
Yeah, and Salvo contacted me, and I wrote back to him, and we were going to have him on the show. I just never followed up. That's, I guess, on me. I never followed up to have him on. Well, now I guess he's been causing some drama, some trouble in the commentary world. Like he's been picking on some people, and they've been picking on him, and back and forth. And there's these different guys. He's picking on this fat guy, and then the fat guy's mad at him, and all this other. I kind of see it on Twitter from the peripheral, if you will.
There's a lot of fat guys on Twitter.
A lot of fat guys, and I guess those people mass flagged Salvo's channel, and much like Revenge of the Sis, he's gone.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, Salvo's YouTube has been terminated off the platform.
I don't even know much about him, but no matter how shitty they are, that's not really the name of the game, is it?
Everything I've ever watched from Salvo Pancakes, I've seen the guy, I don't want to say, I'm not saying full of shit in like a bad way.
Full of piss, maybe.
I'm saying full of... Oh, yeah, we forgot that part.
Yeah.
Salvo Pancakes. There was a controversy where he, stepped away from streaming and podcasting for a while because some people leaked some DMs and some texts about him talking a little, pretty overtly sexual with a few people. And there were some allegations of being into piss and,
But that's just a personal choice, isn't it? That's not really part of broadcasting. You don't know what we're into.
Yeah, right. They said he was into pee-pee, poo-poo, caca, fart, whatever. I don't know.
Hot Carls.
I have no idea what he was into.
Maybe.
But it kind of knocked him back on his heels. People started making fun of him.
Yeah.
And then he got back into streaming. He got back into podcasting. He gets back his YouTube channel. And now it's gone. And, no matter how you feel about the guy, no matter, whether you think he's an asshole or you think that, he's a dick or you don't find him funny or you love him or you think he's great. Nobody should be mass flagging anyone's channels.
No, there's plenty of people we dislike and we don't do any of that.
No.
Okay.
I leave them alone.
It's okay to just leave somebody alone.
I leave them alone because God knows I got my own problems.
And God will take care of them.
Yes.
They can do it all on their own.
The Christian God, of course. Right. I mean, that God he'll settle them down.
Not you, God, right?
Right. And I look at people like that, like people who kind of play gay ops with us, and I go, all right, look, I take inventory. Sure. Not only statistically, and not only do I go on Social Blade and go, they don't even have half the views we do, but I also look at me and I look at them and I go, I'm just going to be happy that I'm me and I'm not that. And that's victory enough for me.
That is the healthy way to look at it.
Right. So I don't go, striking channels and doing gay ops and everything else. It's bullshit. It's a sign that you can't be funny. It's a sign that you can't compete. It's a sign that you need something gone because you feel like, damn it, that's the barrier that's in my way. And if only that guy wasn't there, then I would be able to move forward and have an ascendancy.
Insecurity is an ugly look.
Right. So these people go and strike Salvo Pancakes channel, and apparently his YouTube channel is now gone. He posted something on Twitter just before the start of the show here.
Okay.
And to give people an update on what's up with his YouTube channel. Again, I cannot stress enough, this guy was everywhere like a year ago.
He was. You heard about him a lot, yeah.
Oh, my God. And then he was making a comeback, and, now I'm ripping off his facial hair.
That is shocking.
Now I'm the best mustache on YouTube. Now that he's gone.
I like his glasses, though. You're going to have to update.
That's true. Well, no, I don't. He's gone.
Well, but now
He's
I've
off
seen
YouTube.
these, so now I can't unsee them.
Well, maybe when he's on the show, then maybe we'll have him on Friday at 10. We'll talk
Really? That'd be cool.
We'll
Okay.
talk to old Salvo. Let's see what's going on with this guy's channel. Again, even if you don't know who this guy is, it falls under the category of gay ops. I'm against it in every single capacity. I don't even like that Kevin struck Chad's channel. Look, man, you can't keep saying you're going to move on from somebody and then strike their channel. You can say you're going to move on from someone and then, like the rest of us have done, go, oh, I just couldn't, you know what? I just couldn't stay away. The guy's just too enticing. I got to talk about him. But to go, I'm going to leave this guy alone. I'm going to move on. I'm better without him. And then to start striking his channel and shit, I'm against it. Now, I'm also against Chad telling people to strike other people's channel. I'm against it no matter what. I am the ultimate pacifist when it comes to striking channels. I don't care if they did it first. I don't care. I mean, people have mass flagged me. One guy is so on my dick that he probably still mass flags me to this day. Nothing happens because I'm not in violation. So you just don't do it back to people, because once you go down that road, in my opinion, you're always that guy. You lose credibility.
Well, yeah, you're remembered.
The minute you start striking, I remove you from the category of like comedy podcaster. You're not a comedy guy anymore. You're something else. You're a drama podcaster. You're a complainer, whatever the case may be. So let's find out what happened to old Salvo here.
Terrible week for Salvo Pancakes over here. YouTube channel terminated. I was 2022 YouTube Streamer of the Year. In 2023, I'm banned.
Wild.
It's okay. I did a retirement stream this week, so God is good. Good luck, demons. Another L for the demons. Had credible threats on my life. I don't know if that's a coincidence. I've been on the phone with many police officers this.
I got to ask a question. Like, we've been swatted before. Mm-hmm. We've been, people on Eliza Jordana's Discord have said we're going to die this year. I don't know if that's necessarily a death threat, but.
No, we got death threats to your phone.
That's true.
For the two of us, and R-word threats towards
That's
myself.
true. Okay, that's true.
That's true.
So now, and I don't want Salvo to hear this and take this the wrong way.
I know what you're going to say already.
Why? Why on earth?
Don't say it. The poor guy.
I know I don't think that what I'm about to say is bad.
Okay.
Why in God's fucking name would you use up a death threat, which is something you go to jail for?
Yeah.
They find you, they send you to jail.
Oh, our guy's going there.
We got a guy who's facing federal charges now.
Yep.
Because of shit like that.
He's going through a trial.
If you're going to take that shot and you're bound and determined, you're like, you know what? I'm going to jail. And again, you're getting skittish on me, but I don't mean this is a bad thing.
I know.
Are you going to use that going to jail certainty on a Salvo Pancakes?
No.
Look, full disclosure.
I understand.
Would you use it on a me? No.
Well, I live with you, so I'd think about it.
Yeah, no, you'd actually just do it.
What?
You don't have to threaten.
Excuse
No,
me?
you're right here. You either take your shot or you don't. There's no
I
threatening
take offense
about
to
it.
that. No, there's going to be a libel lawsuit.
I mean it in a way as like a compliment to Salvo. Like, why are you bothering this guy?
He's a little cutie
death
patootie. You
threats.
going to threaten that guy?
He does need to clean it up over here, though.
I know, but he's had a hard week.
That's true. He has had a rough week. And he's retired.
Leave him alone.
In your retirement, you get to grow your stuff
Is he
up.
younger than you? Is he my age?
I'm going to say he's probably between. I'm going to go like
Okay.
33.
That's a good retirement age.
Yeah.
This week to make sure that my life is
like a running back.
safety. On top of it, if you watched my retirement stream, I hinted at that I had to go for another CAT scan, and this is not a joke. I have ulcers on my brain. That's right. They don't want to call them tumors yet. Ulcers on my brain. They're benign, they say, but it's kind of makes sense why I've been having these terrible, awful symptoms. Here's the worst part about losing.
To quote Basketball, it certainly does seem to be raining shit on Salvo Pancakes.
Maybe that's why he likes piss so much.
That
the ulcer's pressing on something.
No, maybe they caused the ulcers.
The piss did?
Yeah, they could be
You never
piss
know.
ulcers.
Dude, that sucks, dude. I can't imagine. An ulcer. Wait, we're thinking of a cyst. An ulcer is like a hole.
I thought an ulcer was like a bleeding sore.
Right, aka a hole. It's not like a ball of something.
Boy, don't we sound like literal brain surgeons?
I've had a big old cyst before. I know that one.
Losing my YouTube channel is losing all the people that I was subscribed to. Hey, YouTube, can we fix that? Can my subscriptions about who I was subscribed to move over? That's the biggest fucking pain in the ass here is going through and resubscribing to the people that I was subscribed to for 20 years. Ay, ay, ay. God is good. God is good. I retired, so this is God forcing the retirement down my throat.
I have
That face.
I have a compliment to hand out to Mr. Pancakes.
I feel like I do too, but you go first.
My compliment would be this. Since he came back, he's really toned down like the Red Bar influence, and he's kind of become his own guy. Like
Yeah.
I'm getting to see Salvo Pancakes personality and not like a Red Bar imitation thing. I like it.
That's how I was feeling. He felt authentic
Yeah.
and like a person. You know, he's a real person now. He's not just some piss guy named Pancakes.
He's always with the piss.
That's all I remembered prior to seeing this. Is that in the red
Fuck
part?
that! I don't want fucking reality fucking radio. I'm a real fucking person.
Yeah. You said he sounds like a real person.
Well, I feel terrible for him with the ulcers and
Yeah, and the getting
YouTube
the
shit.
YouTube channel struck, and I just hate that gay op stuff and people reporting people for stupid shit. I just think it's so dumb. I think it says more about the striker than the struck. ATF Media says Shia LaBeouf has really gone downhill.
he does look a little shy-y.
Katie Kidney says that's just Aaron in shooting glasses and a hat. I've been Salvo Pancakes this entire time.
You should start wearing a hat. You should get a hat, a nice one, and some new glasses that are like colored and big.
Crack Rock Calhoun says, dude looks like Aaron with an actual chin. Hey, wait a minute. What? How dare you? Oh God, I lost the chat. Now I'm trying to find it again. Dude looks like Aaron with an actual chin. There we go. That's where I left off.
April would hire someone.
Hobo Chili Recipe says he looks like if Stavros Halkias had AIDS.
Oh,
There's a pull. Big Hole Cyst was great when they used to open for Ween, says Kip Smith.
That's good.
Assist, just say help, says BJ.
That was very good, sir.
Assist.
I didn't like to smile at that one, but I am.
T. Jefferson says, yeah, Aaron better watch out. Could be April Pancakes soon. Oh, shit.
Ooh, whoa. So, okay, wait.
Oof.
I've now got a list of people stealing me from you. I've got
Yes.
2 people in
Let's
a
not
critter
forget.
on it.
Let's not forget number 1.
Kumia.
No,
Who's number 1?
Chad Zumach.
Oh, God. Okay, that's 4 then. Number 1 is Chad Zumach apparently is in line because he has to fuck me this year. Remember, he said,
Chad Zumach
I
has
will
made
fuck
it,
you this year. Okay.
Chad Zumach has made it a priority.
And then I believe it was Kumia. Sorry, I was throwing up a little.
That's okay.
I have to wash my mouth out with Kumia. And then
What the fuck? What?
then it was Clarence of the Bad Luck Boys.
That's bestiality.
And now we got Salvo Pancakes. So I have a food and a cat.
BJ, I don't really think this was a Salvo Pancakes quote. He says, either you're out or you're in.
I like that. I want a picture of Salvo on our wall with that quote
Either
under
you're
it.
out or you're in.
I like that.
So apparently, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, lovely congresswoman from New York, she is currently in a tiff, a fight, a struggle, a war, not in Congress and not over some piece of legislation.
Trying to wrangle that ass of hers.
No, her battle that
Innocent
she's the battle that she's having right now is with a parody account of her on Twitter.
I saw that.
Yeah. So,
that is great.
April, what's the worst way to let someone on the internet? What's the easiest way for someone on the internet to find out they're getting to you?
You address them.
Yes, exactly.
Don't do that.
If someone is trolling you and trying to get your attention and all they're doing is just trying to be shitty, do you respond to them?
No.
Of course not. Because there's nothing for you to gain.
You know, the funny thing is I did that for one day for funsies. I even told Aaron, I'm like, okay, I never talk to these people. I'm going to try it today.
Yeah. And what'd you learn?
When they finally get your attention, they still don't care.
No.
They start calling you crazy. You're the crazy one. You addressed me. Holy shit, you're a terrible mother. How dare you talk to me on Twitter today?
Yeah.
No, you don't talk to them.
AOC has not learned that lesson.
Well, she'll get there.
Those of us who have a life and have been on the internet long enough, we know that you just go, well, no, you do your job. People try to get your attention because they want to be where you're at, and they kind of want to use your anger to propel themselves forward. Don't give them the satisfaction.
No.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez gave her parody account the satisfaction. And now it's a legit news story. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez tweeted out yesterday, FYI, there's a fake account on here impersonating me and going viral. The Twitter CEO has engaged it, boosting visibility. It is releasing false policy statements and gaining spread. I'm assessing with my team how to move forward. In the meantime, be careful of what you see. So I guess some AOC fans were retweeting this stuff and responding to it as if it was the real AOC. And we'll go look at some of the tweets in just a little bit here.
I've seen some of the meme pictures,
Yeah.
like of her yelling at herself. I think that's very funny.
So now her actual parody, it's Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez press release, and then in parentheses, parody. So it's acknowledged right there that it's a parody
then who
account.
cares?
Retweeted Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez tweet we just read, and then wrote, I can't believe someone would do that to us.
That's funny. Whoever's doing that is very funny, and I kind of hope it's Alex Stein.
That would be oh my God.
Because remember, like, she removed him or blocked him or something on Twitter, and that's not allowed.
They've got 318,000 followers.
Please let that be Alex.
They haven't been tweeting for very long either. Here's one of their tweets. Printing money is the only way out of inflation. It's hot at the equator and cold at the North Pole. If that doesn't prove global warming is real, nothing will.
Oh, this is good.
I'm calling on Elon Musk to permanently suspend the AOC press parody account. Making fun of someone as important as me should never be allowed in a free society. Sorry I was gone for 6 hours. I was trying to figure out how to use the garbage disposal.
Oh, no. She probably lost a finger.
I'm so jealous of Elon Musk going to China. I heard they have the best Chinese food. If Congress would have passed my $93 trillion Green New Deal, inflation would be 0.00% right now.
Probably.
If we don't move to 100% green energy soon, car emissions will kill off the human race just like it did the dinosaurs.
That one's just cute.
That's adorable.
It's just childish.
White people are literally holding our economy hostage by owning guns.
I might follow this account.
Cow farts are racist.
Okay.
I'm excited the debt deal increases welfare. My abuela can finally fix her house and not ask me for money.
Okay. This is great.
Not just women, trans men and non-binary people can also menstruate. GOP mad at this are protecting the patriarchal idea that women are most valuable as uterus holders. Trans, two-spirit, and non-binary people have always existed and will always exist. People can stay mad about it if they want, or they can grow up.
That one was passionate.
This coming Sunday, I will be treating 10 followers to Chick-fil-A to show support for their new diversity, equity, and Oh, what's the I?
I don't know.
I forget their
Inclusion?
Inclusion leader.
Am I
Thank you.
right?
Yeah.
Right out of my anus.
There you go.
I don't know.
Well, that's where they pulled it too. So why should you be any different?
It's fun.
Well, there you go.
Hi.
So now that account is clearly just having a little bit of fun with AOC, and the worst thing she could have done, and the thing that I'm sure that account was so happy she did, because she knew, like, the person who runs that account knew that the only thing that could boost that account further was if AOC actually acknowledged it.
And she totally did. So it's over now.
Every day AOC doesn't engage with that account gets a little upset and a little disappointed.
I'm planting my stakes. If I was in Vegas right now, I would bet money that's Alex Stein. And I really am hoping I'm right.
It would be
just
funny.
for the joke.
Yeah.
Very funny.
Trove of never-before-seen emails and calendars gives unprecedented insight into late pedophile Jeffrey Epstein's network of power and influence. Guys, I have some names. Unlike most Epstein stories where some names come out, this one might make you a little bit uncomfortable. Because, you know, everybody likes it when they hear that, like, Bill Clinton was on the list, or Bill Gates was on the list, or, like, truly, people they don't like were in there. This one's going to have some people that you might like. And this might be hard to, I mean, in my opinion, I don't care if you knew, like, what Jeffrey Epstein was up to, or you didn't know what he was up to. I just feel like you don't meet with the guy unless you're into what he's pitching. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard for me to believe that you just went to a party with Jeffrey Epstein, or you went to dinner with Jeffrey Epstein, or you hung out with Jeffrey Epstein because he's just such a cool fucking guy and he's such a social butterfly that you just had to be around him. To me, if you're
I
around,
feel like he approaches you, and then if you're hanging out at something of his, you've already met, and there's, I'm. It's a little untoward.
yes,
But Mike Lindell is a recovering, man with issues. So I hope he's not on that list, but I will be disappointed.
I can give you a spoiler. There's no Mike Lindell on this list.
Thank God my pillow is safe.
The hundreds of pages in the files give an unprecedented insight into the late pedophile's extraordinary network of power and influence. Epstein appeared to know personal details about the marriage of Bill Gates and his ex-wife Melinda, while magician David Blaine had numerous dinners with the financier. Now, knowing intimate details about Bill Gates' marriage with Melinda seems like something that a financier wouldn't gather, Johnny. It seems like somebody like a secret agent or a spy or somebody working in the intelligence agency would know about.
Or at the very least, someone who has intentions of blackmailing someone.
Yeah, I don't really see how someone who's handling someone's portfolio really has intimate knowledge of, personal details of their marriage. I mean, that sounds like something someone who's trying to infiltrate and report on would know.
All right, now I'm going to approve this housing loan for you, and I understand it is your first home loan, so I want to explain one thing. I do have pictures of you in blackface from your 5th grade party that you thought no one had anymore.
They show that Epstein courted the world's elite even after serving 13 months in jail for having sex with underage girls and being labeled a registered sex offender. See, that's why after, like, if you meet with him after he was released from prison in like 2010, and you meet with the guy, you're not interested in his investment products, in my opinion.
I feel like a very, very base level search will kind of reveal, oh, this guy kind of has a reputation.
Yeah, so I'm sorry. I'm not buying the, we just had dinner thing. Even before he went to prison, I feel like if you're wealthy and powerful, you've heard the rumors. Tech billionaire Peter Thiel, early Facebook investor Sean Parker, artist Jeff Koons, easy there, JP Morgan chief executive Jamie Dimon, and music industry executive Tommy Mottola, who used to be married to Mariah Carey, are also among those who appear in the document. All right, so who's surprised by the head of JP Morgan being associated with Epstein? I'm not. Tommy Mottola, head of the, a big music industry executive. Can't say I'm surprised by that one. But there were powerful people who were scheduled to meet him, including Irina Shayk, the supermodel.
I don't know much about it.
Yeah, Chris Rock. Yeah, that one hurts. to learn that Chris
No.
Rock was meeting with Jeffrey Epstein.
Like he was supposed to, or like he did.
See,
Like
now
more
they
than
can't
once?
confirm they ever. Well, this is something the media has to do. They can't report that they met because they don't have evidence of that. They just have documents that show they were scheduled. They were on his schedule to meet with him. Because if you're Chris Rock and you report that they had dinner together or something, you go, oh well, they had a meeting. He showed up for the meeting, and if you can't prove that, I guarantee Chris Rock's people are going to sue you into oblivion. Even if he did meet with Jeffrey Epstein, he's still going to sue. So it doesn't look like he was fucking having dinner with Jeffrey Epstein.
I gotta say, if you're Will Smith, you gotta be like, yeah, slap seems justified now, doesn't it?
Exactly. I knew what I was doing. He should have yelled, that was for Epstein. The files were handed over by Epstein's estate to the U.S. government of U.S. Virgin Islands, where he owned 2 private islands during its investigation into his sex trafficking operation. He hanged himself in 2019 while awaiting trial. Oh, sorry, I didn't do quotes. Hanged himself. Just like Epstein's notorious Black Book of Contacts, which, by the way, I think we still don't have, right?
Or at least we're not releasing.
Yeah, have we publicized the Black Book yet, or are we just biding our time on that one? Well, we have.
We don't want to look into.
Yeah, Ghislaine Maxwell's the one who has like the notes and all that on who serviced whom and all of those records, and the court won't release it because she's been convicted of sex trafficking teenagers, but she's been convicted of sex trafficking teenagers to apparently nobody. But she's in jail for it.
Well, it might look really bad if we announce all these names and we kind of have to arrest the government.
Right. We just have to go into the Senate and say, you're under arrest. Who? All of you. Just like Epstein's notorious Black Book, the schedules contain personal numbers and email addresses that allowed him to access his associates whenever he wanted. Wow. Yeah, Prince Andrew and his ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson, of course, they were in there. They were old buddies. They didn't even hide that one. David Blaine and Chris Rock. David Blaine is in the Black Book of Contacts, but the two men appear to have had a friendship in June 2013, again, after his prison sentence. Epstein had a dinner with the futurist Pablos Holman and a Jessica Joff, which appears to be the actress of the same name. The schedule says David Blaine will stop by toward the end of dinner. Again, this is not a schedule that reads like a financier who's keeping a schedule. This sounds like an intelligence guy who's keeping notes and documenting things because he needs to, get a record of everyone and everything that happened.
Well, for an intelligence guy, it didn't seem very smart to get caught.
He said that he knew Blaine and called Epstein the most toxic thing in the whole world. Then why'd you meet with him? Holman said, even if there was a dinner, I probably wouldn't want to say anything about it. Oh, that's not, see, that doesn't bode well for you.
I'm not saying there was any sex with an underage girl. I'm just saying if there was sex, I didn't know.
Woody, oh yeah, others, people attending a dinner at Epstein's house were Woody Allen. I mean, and Woody Allen's
not surprising.
Yeah, Woody Allen's been accused of a lot of fucked up shit. So forgive me if I don't think they were there discussing the Dow. In January,
I would hate for someone to say I had something on tour. I just. Why would you think I did something like that? It's never been a thing.
Then in January 2014, Epstein planned another dinner with friends, including his girlfriend, a young Eastern European called Karina Shuliak, Woody Allen, and Jess Staley. David Blaine was supposed to stop by that one. The calendar also says that maybe Chris Rock would be coming, the first time that the comedian has been linked to Epstein. In 2002, Epstein did invite another comedian, Chris Tucker, on a trip to Africa with former President Bill Clinton aboard Epstein's private jet. Ruh-roh. Oh, boy. Bill Gates is in the documents. I mean, we know all about their involvement. Woody Allen is in the documents. Jess Staley, the chief executive of JP Morgan's exclusive private bank, which had Epstein as a client. Okay, so his banker was in the documents.
And I'm sure they had no idea about any of the stuff going on with Epstein. He's just a financier handling large amounts of money from some of the most powerful people in the world. He just knows a lot of beautiful women.
Irina Shayk, the supermodel, and I think She was dating soccer superstar Cristiano Ronaldo at the time. But I think, wasn't she also married to Bradley Cooper? Irina Shayk? I could have the wrong supermodel. They are a dime a dozen after all. Wendy Murdoch, the wife of Fox News owner Rupert Murdoch. And Richard Branson, the Virgin Galactic guy. Peter Thiel, the tech investor. And that's the list of those documents. So more and more stuff is coming out about Jeffrey Epstein, but I don't. Yeah, someone says in the chat, "Who cares? Nothing will happen." Yeah, I mean, basically, what they're going to do is they're going to keep releasing this shit over time, slowly, as people forget more and more about Epstein. Like, it's been 4 years now, and then in another 4 years they'll release some more stuff, and then in 4 years, and then maybe when some of these people die, they'll tell us exactly what happened. Say that. Yeah,
like. Yeah, that's when it'll come out. And then this person, tragic news, this person died. And then like a week later, this guy was one of Epstein's people. What a piece of shit.
So now Kevin Brennan's going to be reporting on it?
Apparently.
Yeah. He's a piece of shit. Like, this guy was involved with Epstein. What a piece of shit. Like, fuck that guy. And we're not talking about this anymore. We don't do topics. Semper Reloaded with $4.99 says Woody Allen is the kind of guy that Epstein would deny ever meeting with. Right. Yeah, Woody Allen's been accused of so much fucked up shit. They're like, even Epstein would be like, no, I've never met the guy. I have no idea who he is. I watched
Actually, I feel like he'd be like, no, I've never met the guy. I'm well aware of who he is.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go near that with a 10-foot pole. Yeah. I mean, he's accused of some fucked up stuff. Wow.
Yeah, he's accused of like molesting his own daughter.
Didn't he marry her at one point? Because wasn't it like a Chinese adopted daughter?
That's a different one. He married his adopted daughter, Sun Yi, or whatever her name was. But no, not Ronan Farrow. Who's the other one? And I don't know if Mia like coached her. Like, sometimes these divorces get so nasty that these parents will like convince their kids that something really terrible happened to them so they can get back at the other spouse. I don't know if that's the case, but it was I can't remember the
people are saying.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was Professional Horny Boy says he molested his stepdaughter. Okay. So it was the stepdaughter. Yeah, she accused him of like taking her up in the attic to play with a train set, and he would do it then. And to me, the story she came up with was so specific that's like, if she's lying, she's a fucking sociopath. And I don't think she's a sociopath. And like people still work with Woody Allen. Like, Roman Polanski escaped the country to avoid charges for statutory rape of a 14-year-old girl that he plied with booze and shit. Dylan Farrow. Thank you, D. Gulag. I appreciate it. Yeah, it was Dylan Farrow was the one. Woody Allen is probably worse than Roman Polanski. Because as bad as Roman Polanski is, he was a guy in Hollywood with a 14 or 15-year-old girl. It wasn't, like, I know she can't give consent because she was 14. I'm saying, like, Roman Polanski's a piece of shit. I'm comparing him and Woody Allen and saying Woody Allen's probably worse. Woody Allen molested his stepkid. And then you have Roman Polanski, who was hanging out with a young actress, I think, and he gave her booze and drugs and had sex with her, which is not good. That's bad behavior. But what Woody Allen's accused of is far worse.
It's weird, though. Woody Allen doesn't really seem to have suffered. It's almost like a group of people that he might be friends with just was like, hey, how about we
hold on,
just, take this one on the nose.
Let me answer that question for you in just a second. Is Roman Polanski you know what? He is. Oh, I thought maybe there was a difference there between Roman and Woody.
I was really hoping, I'll tell you this, pulling it out of my ass, so it was a reach.
All right. Well, it's neither of them have gone to jail for it. So there is that. Right?
The important thing to note is only their victims have suffered.
Right, exactly. Only the victims have suffered when it comes to Woody Allen and Roman Polanski. Hobo Chili Recipe with another $4.99 says Woody Allen was playing trains with his adopted daughter. Watch out, here comes Hyman Hill, and it's about to break. Too far. No, I mean, you're totally fine. Jesus Christ, man. All right,
He took her
200.
up to play with trains, and then he ran a train.
One more kind of Black Lives Matter related story for today before we move on to dick-shaped meatloaf. Patrisse Cullors, you remember her, the former head of Black Lives Matter?
Yeah.
I say former because she had to leave Black Lives Matter after they found out she was giving her boyfriend millions of dollars in consulting gigs for Black Lives Matter. And then amazingly, she ended up with $6 million houses.
Yeah, it's strange how that happened.
It's really something, right? And now apparently Black Lives Matter's donations have fallen off by like 88% year over year because people have found out, they're just stealing the money and funneling.
They're just they're committing cultural appropriation. We won't say which culture, but they're committing.
We're not going to say which culture they've been appropriating, but so this Patrisse Cullors used her position as the head of Black Lives Matter to finagle herself some really nice gigs. One of those gigs was a contract from Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers hired Patrisse Cullors to create like Black Lives Matter, racially sensitive content for Warner Brothers and their different streaming services and TV networks and things like that. Well,
do we have an example?
Well, therein lies the problem. Patrisse Cullors has been let go from Warner Brothers and will be paid out the rest of the amount of her contract. But they had to let her go, Johnny, because of the work she had done.
What did she do? If they're letting her go, she did the job. She did the gig.
Nothing. She has so far produced nothing. Not like she produced stuff and they didn't use any of it because it was garbage. She didn't even create garbage. She just didn't do anything.
Then why are they paying out her contract? That seems like we don't owe you money. You didn't do work. That's like a hey, I bought this cheeseburger, but if you don't give me the food, I get my goddamn money back.
I got to tell you, I can't be angry at this. I think Patrisse Cullors is brilliant. I do. I think Patrisse Cullors, if you put her in the proper context, is actually a genius, and I kind of admire what she did. This woman saw an entire group of people, black people in this case, frustrated, angry, upset, feeling culturally repressed. She took that, created a foundation, promised these people the moon, took all their money, bought herself mansions and millions of dollars, told them to go fuck themselves. And even, here's what I really like about Patrisse Cullors. She used Hollywood's white and other kinds of guilt against them, hooked herself huge deals from Warner Brothers, didn't have to produce a goddamn thing, and she's getting paid huge money to do it. Or not do it, I guess, in this case. I like that. Fuck these people. Fuck these people who have that shitty white guilt who go, if I just put a fat black woman in charge of shit, it makes it look like I'm not a racist. There we go. My hands are clean. Meanwhile, she does absolutely nothing. She leeches off of them, takes their money, and then they fire her. She never had any intention of making anything for Warner Brothers. She's not a television producer. She's not fucking Norman Lear. She's not a writer. She's not going to make a sitcom. She's just...
We hired the wrong director, the wrong cast, the wrong script. When did we go right?
Eddie, let's shoot this fucker. It's fucking Ed Wood. And she's never been qualified to do any of this shit. She's never asked people to have her do it. She just popped up one day and said, I'm starting a foundation. Donate a bunch of money to me. And these guilty fucks never asked her where it was going. Never demanded receipts. They just went. It was like paying, what's that thing you could do in the Catholic Church back in the day? Paid indulgences.
Oh, yeah.
She got a bunch of guilty Jewish people and a bunch of guilty white people to pay indulgences to prove they weren't racist. And they go, look, I'm helping black people. And then Patrisse Cullors went, I mean, you're helping one or two black people, but that's about it. And then, Johnny, when the tax problems came, when the government wanted to start looking into her foundation, what did she do?
Racism.
No, she dropped the fuck out. She went, I'm resigning.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She's not the head of Black Lives Matter anymore.
Well, I thought she was resigning because, again, they were investigating the money stuff, but doesn't that mean she still gets investigated and still held accountable?
No, she's brilliant. They're investigating the organization. She stepped down.
She's the one.
But there's a board. The board just went along with everything she wanted to do. Hey, we want to write checks to this consultancy firm. Well, we do need consultants. So, I mean, how do you not respect the hustle?
No, dude, I think it's great for her. Like, good for her. She found a mark. She took it down. But I feel like in this case, the mark was, the American black culture and the people who wanted to support it. And I can't believe there's nobody in that group that isn't very salty at this.
I mean, she played you. She won. What can you really do to her? Thank you to Xander Cruz for the $9.99 super chat. Says thanks for the entertainment each morning. You make the start of the workday tolerable. That's really the whole point of this show. That's why we don't do shows on like Memorial Day and shit like that. We have an audience. That's why I'm glad we didn't go down the just being gossipy drama YouTuber route, because our audience goes to work and they listen to the show to kill time while they're at work and have fun. If it's a holiday, we don't have an audience because those people have a life. And they're off work and they're doing other shit. I think that's a wonderful thing. When I look at a show that does a show on a holiday and their numbers don't change, I'm like, you have the saddest fucking audience in the world. They don't have better things to do on a day off. They're like, if we would have done a show yesterday morning and we would have been in the 500s all day and 200 on Rumble and all that, I would have felt bad. That would have felt weird to me. It's just,
you guys don't have something to do.
Yeah.
None of you are hungover. Like I said, I did a show for the few people that were working. We did whatever the chat wanted to do. But as a small group of people can attest, it was me effing around in a video game, just kind of keeping people company for those that needed, some interaction.
Yeah. After the show today, I'm going to sleep off the rest of my hangover. Plus, it's going to be in the 90s the rest of the week. I ain't going outside.
I have to do a lot of shit today.
It's going to be a nightmare being out and about. 90-plus degrees. Ugh. Marley Analytics with $5 says, to be fair, Patrice Kalour's played the long game. 10 years grift. Dude, she did a great job.
She did very, very well for herself. And I'm not pissed about the Warner Brothers thing, but I'm just I'm surprised that in Hollywood, it's we gave you money for a product. I feel like even if we didn't use the product, they're very much about wanting to have it. And I feel like if you didn't do anything, the idea that they're going to pay you out just to be done with you is weird.
Good for you, right?
I feel like that's getting one over on the mob. I feel like that's them handing you a bag, enjoy while you can, enjoy your earnings, and then you wake up with a horse in your bed. It just I don't know.
All right, let's see what we got cooking over here.
Call from.
Oh.
To accept, press 1.
Guys, you gotta tell us who you are, otherwise I can't bring you on. What's going on there? I'm hungover and sunburned on my way to an AC shop. Yay, says Kyle. That sounds a little rough. Granny Loves Anal says, pretty sure I saw that mustache at the local glory hole. You look like autistic Tom Selleck. Granny doesn't know how to spell, unfortunately. I have to self-edit Granny's spelling every time he writes in. But you know what? We make it work. 250 away from today's goal. Thank you guys very much for contributing. Juggler Trance says, losing Corey did save this show. Was getting rough with the drama. Then it's like losing Corey lit a fire, and you have been back to being on fire as a pseudo daily show since. Wait a minute. Is pseudo daily show a compliment?
It depends which Daily Show we're talking. There's many iterations of the Daily Show. Are we talking the Craig Kilborn one? Because that was kind of garbage. The Jon Stewart one, I think most of us would consider the gold standard. I would consider the Trevor Noah one much less so. And then everything that's happened since is bleh.
Yeah. The Post can reveal no shows were produced under the deal with Kallurs, despite Kallurs saying she planned dramas, comedies, documentary series, and animated programming for children. Do you know what I love about that? She just fucking lied. She didn't like work on it and then like hit a mental block and then goes, oh shit, they're not coming along as quick as I thought. She promised them all of this shit. They wrote her a check. She did to Hollywood what she did to Black Lives Matter. Everybody who gave her money said, this is going to help all the black people, right? Oh, yeah, it'll help all the...
This is going to help black people, I guarantee it.
Yeah, we got all kinds of plans. We're going to do this, that, and the other thing, and then just fucking never did it. It's great. And nobody signed any paperwork. She never wrote up any contracts promising herself legally that she would do any of this shit. She used people's trust and guilt and fucked them and kept the money. I'm having a hard time disliking Patrisse Kallurs. You know who I dislike? The people who virtue signaled and used her and Black Lives Matters to go, see, I'm not one of the bad ones. I'm one of the good white people. I'm decent. And you gave your money to a fucking huckster because you don't believe in shit. You don't believe in equality. You're not anti-racist. You're just as big of a racist piece of shit as the people you criticize. You just wanted to feel clean on your soul. So you didn't research to see if it would help anybody. You gave it to a fucking grifter and a charlatan. She lined her pockets with it. She's not the problem. You're the problem. I always say this about scams. I don't blame the scammer. I blame the mark. And in this case, Johnny, Warner Brothers.
Mark is the rest of us.
Yeah. The studio signed an overall deal with BLM co-founder Patrisse Kallurs at some point in 2020, said a source familiar with the studio's contract negotiations. The deal expired at the end of October 2022. The deal, unfortunately, did not result in any produced shows. So she was there for 2.5 years and made nothing. And I'll
do it tomorrow.
And she made bank. She said that she was working on documentaries on how the idea of land back, in which Native Americans have former tribal lands returned, could work as reparations. Another was on black social mobility in the U.S. So this woman had the balls to fucking tell people, here's what I'm working on, here's what the documentaries are going to be. And then you know what she did, Johnny?
Nothing.
I'm having a hard time criticizing this one. I don't know how any of you could criticize this woman. I like what she did.
She is a woman.
Oh, you know what? You're right. I was getting out over my skis there for a second. I forgot the prime directive. Kallurs also said she was working on a scripted project about marijuana and others on female black leaders.
All right, now I hate her. You made promises, lady. There are some of us who were waiting for this documentary on marijuana to vindicate us, all right?
You already had that. It's called Up in Smoke. It's made like 40, 50 years ago. And others on black female leaders and what she called the toll of life under a system that doesn't see us or make us hyper visible and also hyper invisible at the same time. So this is what I love about her. She spouted this bullshit to these people and they ate it up because that's what they wanted to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I don't feel bad for them at all.
No.
I don't feel bad for the marks with scam, but I also don't. Just something about the scam, like you're gonna fucking lie and cheat people. I'm just like, I don't care for it.
I'm doing one on how the Asian railroad employees were exploited. See, she didn't say that one because the minute they saw some radical black woman gave a shit about Asian people, they're like, oh, she's full of shit.
All right. This is a fun. Okay, where's Ashton Kutcher? I'm being punked.
Jack Zim says, didn't she invent the peanut too? Sir, that was George Washington. That was George Washington Carver, and nobody ever accused him of inventing the peanut. Although Patrisse Kallurs might have made a documentary suggesting that George Washington Carver indeed did invent the peanut. I don't know. But like everything else, it never actually got produced. We're
working on an in-depth documentary. It's very nail-biting. It is about, in fact, who let the dogs out.
We've answered the burning question, finally, of who indeed did let those dogs out. Yeah, I guess call me black-pilled, call me whatever you want to call me. But
hey, that's racist.
Yeah. Yeah, call me black-pilled, but like stuff like this, I don't blame the scammer. I blame the mark. And she made millions and millions of dollars exploiting the guilt of people who do shit. She exposed, and I don't think she cares, first of all, I think she cares about the money, but she exposed how empty the guilt-ridden promises of wealthy white people in power are when it comes to race. And I, for one, am enjoying it gleefully.